Hi Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your December 6th to the 16th, 2021 money and career reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed and linked in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Capricorn, December 6th to the 16th, 2021 Capricorn, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly, guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Oh goodness. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. At the bottom is our rooted self. The left-hand side is our inner self. The middle, our heart, our emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So let's see what the cards have to say. We have the Hermit, which is Virgo energy, and we have the Death card, which is Scorpio energy. So if we have the Hermit or Scorpio within our natal chart, this comes through as a very much root part of our personality during this time. And if we have Virgos or Scorpios within our lives, what they say, it affects us more. We take it more to heart. We take it more, like what they say affects our root. It can shake our foundation. So be aware of that. We have the Nine of Swords, and we have Justice, which is Libra energy in our inner self. Now, Libra energy, Justice, Libra energy, if we have this within our natal chart, this comes through very powerfully in our inner selves. There's a need for balance, and we're really going to have this need for balance here. The Six of Swords and the Five of Wands are in our emotional self, and this is why we need balance. We're moving forward to something, but we're so drawn to chaos. Like, we're so used to chaos, especially when it comes to work, when it comes to what we're passionate about. That's going to be something that's going to need to be addressed. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Sun in the public arena, which is awesome. So the Queen of Pentacles represents us. We're represented by the Pentacles in the minor arcana, by the Devil in the major arcana. We are really rocking it in the public arena. We're doing such a good job. We should be proud of ourselves, definitely. The Sun is the happiest card in the whole entire deck. People aren't going to see our emotional trouble. People aren't going to see our inner struggle. What they are going to see is us being successful. So we're not going to get the sympathy from people or the understanding or compassion from people that we need at this time. So be aware of it. If we need it, we are going to need to ask for it, Capricorn, because people are going to see us as really being on our game. Let's look at our energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is the Queen of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is determination. This is somebody who can manipulate words so well, and they're so good at it. They're like determined to strike. They're just to strike, to say the exact mean thing at the exact right time. So just be aware of that. Then we have our chakra energy, angels, and spirit guides. Show me clearly, guide this reading, and show me clearly. Oh, goodness. Angels and spirit guides. And this is self-mastery. This is the solar plexus chakra. We're going to find that by listening to our gut, listening to what we desire within our lives, that we're going to start to find things coming into alignment. We're actually taking time to listen to ourselves, to align with ourselves, to see ourselves. And that becomes a game changer during this time. It embraces our energy and embraces the bigger picture of what we want. And it really has us seeing what we desire and where it is that we need to be. Now, at our root here, we have the Hermit. We have ourselves turning inward and breaking down barriers, just breaking things down within ourselves, walls that we have built within ourselves, things that we needed to see and yet we weren't ready yet to see. We're going to break down these barriers and really start to embrace who we are and what we want. Turn inward with wisdom, turn inward with understanding, turn inward and look at ourselves with honor and with respect. And it brings us to the Death card. As we're turning inward, as we're embracing who it is that we are at a fundamental level, we have this dying away of the old self, this rebirth of the new. Now, the Death card can be a tricky card. Scorpio energy can often be misunderstood or, seen as something scary, because we do see death as something scary. But what we need to understand is that on our journey in this life, we have these million transformations, these million little deaths, which, are not as fun as the French ones, but, they are going to be very, very powerful here. There is this sense of this transformation of ourselves to who it is that we need to be. And there is this mourning of who we once were, what we had once discovered, what we had thought we wanted, and now what it is that we want and where it is that we want to be as we move forward. So the Scorpio energy here, the death energy, is going to be very powerful for us. It's this energy of transformation. It's this energy of understanding and insight and ideas. And it brings us to a place where we start to understand and honor who it is that we are, and the many skins that we have worn along the way. Or a better analogy would probably be masks, because that's not as icky. The many masks that we have worn along the way as we embrace our journey, as we embrace ourselves. But there's going to be a mourning period, and for some of us, it can be more emotional than others when we realize that that part of our lives, is over, or that, segment is done with. And it brings us to the Nine of Swords. It brings us to worry and doubt and fear and chaos and hurt and pain, and it makes us reconsider things. It makes us look at things. But this is also going to be Spirit telling us, and this is also Spirit telling us, get out of your own head. In our inner selves, we're going to worry. We can be master warriors. We can be so good at it that we would get a gold medal, most definitely, if it was a competitive sport. But here, it's just draining us. It's blocking us. It's not having us move forward the way that we want to. We're going to try and, predict everything that happens, and we're not going to be able to. This is a time where we have to look at what we want and who we are. Let ourselves rest. Let ourselves sleep. Let ourselves recharge, and honor the journey that we are on. Honor the way that things are changing. We are talking about money and career here, and what we're going to see is that our old goals aren't necessarily our new goals. We have prosperity when it comes to money during this time. We have prosperity when it comes to success. And even when it comes to career, there's going to be a certain brilliance around us. Inwardly, we are changing. We could be riding high and yet decide, I want to do something completely different. Breaking down barriers. And this brings us to a place of balance inwardly. We need to have that balance. Everything has been out of balance during this time. We've been working too hard, or, focusing too much on, certain things, and not having the balance, not having the joy in our lives, not having the connection with people and things that we want. And this is going to be a time where it's not justice, white page, black ink. It's going to be justice of, what do I need in order to be happy? What do I need in order to express what I want and who I am? How do I break down barriers? How do I move myself forward? How do I express what I deeply desire within my life? And then it brings us to the Six of Swords. It brings us to this place where we're gathering up our information. We're being led by our angels, by our spirit guides into the unknown, yes, but also into this place where we start to see things differently, where we start to see the different uses for the knowledge that we have, the connection with our emotions. But we're going to be so used to here the fact that we are always going to have to be on guard, the fact that, things can fall apart at any moment. We're going to be so used to chaos, and we can easily become involved in office politics. We can easily become involved in just chaos and the worrying and the thinking, okay, even if I'm successful, when's the next shoe going to drop? When's everything going to fall apart? That very nihilistic, pessimistic mentality. And so here, as we're looking at things, we have to really be mindful of this, that our hearts, our emotions are just going to be in this state of chaos. And we need to step back. We need to step out of our own minds. We need to balance what it is that we want. We're breaking down barriers. We're transforming. We're rising out of the darkness like a phoenix. And we're going to sit there and say, I don't want this chaos in my life anymore. What do I need to do? What are the active things that I can do to change this, to move me forward, to get me to the place that I want to be? And it brings us to the success in the public world. It brings us in the waking world to us being successful and prosperous and nurturing what it is that we desire. We're looking at the seeds that we're planting, and we're seeing great things come from them. We're seeing ourselves move forward in a way that we hadn't anticipated, we hadn't expected. And it brings us to this place of happiness, to this place of success. But remember, whenever we have the sun coming in, whenever we have the light shining, we have people who take us by eyes, who say, I want that. They're going to think that if you're happy, that means they can't be. And what we're going to see here is that I need to embrace my radiance. I need to embrace my beauty. I need to embrace my prosperity. I need to know that things are changing, and that as I embrace this change, I embrace what I need and what I want and who I am. And I let the radiance come forward. I let everything transform. And as we do this, we're going to start to see that the worry, the chaos, the fear that we have become so used to, that's what starts crumbling down. It brings us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of, and it's the Lord. This is Aries energy. This is a time where we do not want to be told what to do. This is a time of discovery. This is a time of insight, but we're going to have people who very much want us to follow a certain set of rules, and we don't want to. We don't need to. So here, it's embracing our discovery. Now, these rules can come from our boss, and maybe we do need to follow them, of course, but there's going to be this need for our own expression to come forward during this time. It brings us to our subconscious chakra energy, which is rebirth. This is the Earth Star chakra located 6 inches below our feet. We are transforming. We are reborn. We are going to see ourselves again rising up in a very real way, in a very powerful way. It brings us to our subconscious inner self, and it's temperance. It's Sagittarius energy. So if we're born on the cusp of Sagittarius, this comes through very powerfully, or if we have this within our natal chart. This is balance coming in. This is seeing when strength is necessary and when the nimble, quickness of the mouse is necessary. We're going to see ourselves moving towards a harmony that we haven't felt, Capricorn, in quite some time. It brings us to our subconscious inner self, and that's the Ace of Swords. That is God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing us a gift of knowledge, of insight, of a powerful and distinctive voice. We're cutting through doubts and fears and negativity. We're seeing the way that we need to move forward, the way that we want to move forward, and as we do so, we embrace our subconscious emotional self, and that's the Four of Cups. It is being able to embrace a gift that comes from divinity that maybe doesn't feel like a gift at this time. It can feel like more responsibility, more work. We're going to see ourselves needing to look at what is before us because we're not seeing something for the power and the beauty that it holds. And it brings us to our subconscious public arena self, and that is the High Priestess. That is the veil being lifted from our eyes, and us seeing so much more clearly what we want from ourselves and our lives, but also who we're surrounding ourselves with, what they want for themselves, how they're moving forward. We're going to look at the nonsense that they've told us, the chaos that we've just blindly bought into. And now we're starting to say, no, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not being that anymore. I am moving towards what I need, what I want, what I desire within my life. And that changes the whole arena. We're seeing things with newfound clarity. And that clarity changes the game. All right. All right, Capricorn. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. Be mindful here with the Five of Wands at our heart that when we have chaos come in, we're going to take it on very emotionally. We're going to think, okay, I need to fix this. I need to do something. And Spirit's saying we need to step out of the chaos and into our blessings, into ourselves. It's time to start moving forward. And Spirit, our angels, just sitting in meditation with ourselves and sitting in connection with ourselves will start to bring us on this journey that we just never expected. Okay, Capricorn. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power and the intensity of this time. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Capricorn.